Hi, I'm Cheri from Artbeads.com, and I'm going to show you how to use the Bangle bracelet weaver tool designed by Kleshna. So this is the jig, and it has 3 different rows of holes for 3 different bangle sizes. And then the rods are, you just put the rods into one of the holes with a little rubber stopper on one side, and then they're held with rubber stoppers on the back side. Really easy to insert. Just place it in. I've got one stopper on the rod already, and then push the other stopper over the end, and that holds them in place. And now you're ready to start weaving. When you weave, you work with 2 different pieces of material at the same time. It can be jewelry wire, or in this case, Artbeads designer craft wire. And what you're going to want to do with craft wire is twist 2 ends together so they hold place. And I'm going to trim a little of this excess off just so it's out of the way. And then you're going to loop these 2 wires around one of the pegs. There's a mark on the jig that you can use as a starting point. And so I'm going to place the wires right over that rod. And then you start weaving. And the process is really easy. You just bring one wire up and around the first peg, and then you move it over the top of the other. Take the second wire, just come up and over the next peg and down. And you want to keep some pressure on the wire. You don't want to pull so tight. And then just the next wire over the top, next peg over the top, and so on. And you just keep weaving around and around until your bracelet gets to the width that you like. So here I have one where I've done several rows, and you can see since I used 2 different colors of wire, you can see the colors show. I've got a gold section and then a silver, and then that repeats all the way around. And then when I got to the end, I just twisted the wires together around that first peg again, and you're going to leave that there for now. We'll tuck that into the weave later, but right now we want it out of our way. And so the next step is to cinch these wires together. So what you want to do is slide the bracelet up the rods to about the midway point. You want to get all your pieces up. So you're right about in the middle. And then I'm going to go back to my beginning spot. I'm going to use the, it doesn't matter which way you go around at this point, but you want to start near where your start and stop point is. So you're going to take a wire, and I'm using a slightly finer wire than the one that I wove with, and I'm inserting it alongside one of these rods between the weave. So I'm going to pull the wires so that they're centered. Then I'm going to take the wire from the other side, and I'm going to go into the next section and pull that through and cinch it up a little bit. You don't want to pull the wires so tight that they crimp. You want the wires to have a nice shape. And then I'm going to take the wire from the other side and go through the opposite direction. And just cinch that up. And then you just repeat this process of weaving between each section. So wherever there's a peg, you need to cross your wires through all the way around the bracelet. And that's what holds the bracelet together once you slide it off the pegs. So once you've done that, you can remove the bracelet from the jig, and then you get down to the very end and then just twist these wires together and tuck that little twisted piece into the weave of the bracelet, and then you have a finished bangle. So you can embellish these bracelets very easily. You can do the embellishing after the fact by adding wire and weaving as you like, or in this case I wove as I went. As I was weaving the wire through the bracelet to secure it, I added little clusters of zircons. You can also use jewelry wire to weave with, and this works beautifully. It's really easy. This is 24 jewelry wire, and then it's woven with 19 jewelry wire running this way, and I added crystals as I did the weaving. So each time I went through, I just added some crystals to the wire. So that was a really easy way to add interest to a bracelet. And this piece is woven with leather. This is 2mm leather, and it's also cinched up with a 2mm leather, and then finished with an overhand knot and some fun beads. So there's all kinds of wonderful possibilities with the Bangle bracelet weaver tool.